What is up, guys, and welcome back to our St. Louis Blues Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode series. In the last one, we beat the Colorado Avalanche, and now we're headed to the second round matchup against the Nashville Predators. So, we went down 2-0 in the series against the Avs, lost both games on the road, barely put up a fight. Then we won the next 4 straight, beat the shit out of the Avalanche, scoring all kinds of goals. So now we're headed to our second round matchup against the Preds, just like real life, but let's hope that this time around we can perform a little bit better than the real life St. Louis Blues did. So let's go take a look at the Predators lineup. So their offense, our offense is 4 points better, our defense is 1 point better, their goaltending is 2 points better. As we can see there, their best player is PK Subban. So the Predators got Subban back. And there's our lineup. You guys are familiar with it. You guys know it. Haven't changed it. Let's go look at the Preds. Alright, so the Preds, top line is Max Pacioretty, Joe Thornton, and Alex Semin. So Jumbo Joe, I think his shooting stats are a little bit too good in this game, but that's okay. Not even going to talk about that any. So Simmons kind of weak as a top line forward, but who knows? He might be doing really well. He might be clicking with these guys, and maybe it's just they needed a sniper on the right wing. He does have 5-star skating, so that's kind of scary, but a 2.5-star defense, not good at all. Second line of Louis Eriksson, Kyle Turris, and Ryan Kessler. So they're electing to put Kessler here on the second line rather than putting him down here on the third line. So what I noticed about their top 6 is that they've got 4 pretty good players here, but the 2 wingers, second line left wing and first line right wing, are pretty weak. And then the bottom 6 is absolute trash. So the third line of Rick Nash, Sam Carrick, and Drake Caggiula. And then the fourth line of Max Gortz, Chandler Stevenson, and Jimmy Vesey. So not even 80 overall for their for the third and fourth line centers, and then another guy that's only a 79. And then the other 3 are only 83 and 82. So that doesn't scare me too much. The only thing that does scare me is maybe this Pacioretty-Thornton combo and then Semin on offense. But I feel like Semin could be had on the other end of the ice. And that second line, pretty responsible second line, pretty good defense, especially with Turris and Kessler. But they don't scare me too much offensively. And then the bottom 6 is just the bottom 6. We need to abuse them this series. Looking at their defensive pairings, they got Kronwall with Subban on the top line, Derek Forbort with St. Louis Blues legend Erik Johnson, first overall draft pick from 2006, best player in Blues franchise history. Third line, Tyler Wotherspoon and Adam Pelech, I'm not sure, either one. We'll call him Adam. If he scores, I'm going to be pissed, but we'll call him Adam if he does score. So the top line there of Kronwall and Subban looks pretty damn good. Kronwall being more of a defensive-minded guy, and then Subban being more of an offensive-minded guy. Despite both being listed as a two-way defenders, they're averaging 90 overall, and I feel like their play styles mesh together, so that should be a key for us in trying to shut those guys down. Second pairing of Forbort and Johnson. Forbort, defensive defenseman, pretty poor offensively, and then Erik Johnson, pretty good all around, but Forbort's kind of weak there, and Johnson's kind of above average for a second pairing. So they kind of average each other out. But the third pairing here is pretty bad in Tyler Wotherspoon and Adam. Both of them listed as defensive defensemen, but Wotherspoon only has a 4-star defensive category. And Adam's just bad all around, except for his defense is about average, I would say. So they look to be pretty weak there on the third pairing. And their goaltending, Marc-Andre Fleury. So we got a Penguins matchup. Both of these goaltenders coming off of a Stanley Cup victory a couple of seasons ago. Matt Murray has back-to-back Stanley Cup championships. Stanley Cups, I should say. So let's look at their stats. So 7 games, a little bit over 2 GAA for Fleury, and barely over a 92 save percentage there. So I would say fairly average stats for the playoffs. The GAA looks really good, and the save percentage looks pretty good as well. So if we can keep him from being hot, if we can solve him a few times, that's probably one of the keys to the series, I would say. Because if Fleury gets hot, it's going to be tough. But looking at their lines for 7 games, they got 6 points, 6 points, and 6 points. So the top line's playing pretty well so far. all plus players. The second line, 6, 4, and 6. So there we go. Their top 6 playing pretty well. All plus guys, all nearly a point a game thus far. So if we can shut down their top 2 lines, I feel like we'll have a much easier time this series. Looking at their third line, 2, 2, and 3. So not the best there from the third line, but they are pluses. So you can't take that away from them. Fourth line, 1, 0, and 2, and all those guys are minuses. So abusing that fourth line and trying to abuse that third line will be keys for us. And looking at their defense, 0 and 2, both those guys are minuses. 0 and 4, both those guys are pluses. There we go, Erik Johnson, best player on the team. Best player in the league. Wotherspoon is a 0. Adam is 1. They're both plus players. So for some reason that second line there is the only minus guys in the defensive core. So I don't know what to think about that. But there's a look at our defense as well. I forgot to look at that. Provorov here having an insane playoffs, 9 points in 6 games against the Avalanche. If he can keep his play up, we will be dandy. We'll be dandy. In any series where we have a defenseman playing better than Erik Karlsson, it should be a cakewalk of a series because Erik Karlsson is gonna show up. You know that. It's not like he's gonna have 0 points in a series and one of our defensemen has like 6 or something. Like Provorov had 9 and Karlsson had like anywhere from 4 to 6, which is still pretty damn good for a defenseman. So game 1 in Nashville, they do have home ice advantage. Let's see if we can take a good step into taking that away from them here in the first period. Oh shit, scared me. We got 2 goals though. 2 goals. Strome and Forsberg. So a top line and then a third line, I believe, goal. We're out shooting them 18-4, so we're beating the absolute shit out of them here in game 1. And we carried that over to second period. Joe Thornton scores for the Preds to bring it within 1. We got goals from McGinley and Forsberg, who was 1 away from a hat trick. And we're still out shooting them by 13. So we're getting tons of shots on net. Karl Alzner scores from the right point. Holy shit. Penalty kill for us. Can we kill it off? Ooh, it's a long one. My God, 5-on-3? Holy fuck. We killed off that whole thing. So we got Draisaitl, took a double minor. And then 2 seconds before that was over, Alzner took a high sticking. And then a minute before that was over, Draisaitl slashed somebody. And then just now, Vanek held somebody. So we've gotten 5 minors so far here in this third period. The Preds have yet to score on one, but as I say that, they're probably going to score right now. Nope, they didn't. We killed it off. We got a power play out of it. And we scored. Mike Ribeiro from the slot extended, I guess you could call it. So pretty damn good performance here in game 1. We got 40 shots on net, and we got 6 past Fleury. So just getting a shot Fleury on Fleury gave us the victory here in game 1. And Matt Murray played pretty damn well. Faced 34 shots, only allowed a single goal. So Philip Forsberg, first star. Matt Murray, second star. Ribeiro with a goal and an assist as the third star. 2 goals in each period. Damn consistent performance there. And damn good play in the net from Matt Murray. So if he can keep that up, we should be good. And the Chicago Wolves ended their series. Okay, so they're advanced. They've advanced to the second round to play the Charlotte Checkers, which I'm not sure why the hell the Charlotte Checkers are in the Western Conference. Like, I get if it's so Eastern-minded of a sport that a team like Detroit or Columbus is in the Western Conference, but you're gonna take a team in a state that's on the East Coast, on the Atlantic Ocean, and put them in the Western Conference? No, no, I don't understand. All right, whatever. Moving on. Moving on from my soapbox. Game 2 in Nashville. We've already taken home ice advantage. Let's see if we can keep it up here in the first period. And we can. The man, the myth, the legend, the mullet, the Yullet himself, Jaromir Jagr scores from the left dot to give us a lead in the first period. Let's see if we can keep it up. And we can. The man, the myth, the legend, the mullet, the Yullet, Jaromir Jagr scores from the right point. And Iginla throws in a goal as well. So 22 shots for each team. But the story here in Game 2 is that Matt Murray's outplaying Marc-Andre Fleury once again. So good shit thus far from Matt Murray. As I say that, he will let in a couple of goals. I guess not. So even shots there. Ribeiro scores from a wicked angle. Another power play for the Blues. Holy shit. It's a long one. Oh my lord, what was that? So Kronwall took a minor. Before that was over, Carrick took a double minor. A minute through that, Pelech had Adam had a charging penalty, and then a minute after that, Kronwall got a hooking. So lots of power plays there for the Blues. We could not score on one. But Verbata scores from the right face-off dot, and a 5-0 dominating victory for the St. Louis Blues. My God, the shots were 38-29, so Matt Murray should be a star with his 29 save shutout. Matt Murray first star, Yager 2-1, and then Iginla 1-1. So a couple of old fogies there. They're going to be, from this season, they're probably going to go into the retirement home when the season's over, but they're not done playing hockey just yet. So we went into Nashville, took games 1 and 2 from the Preds. We're in a pretty commanding spot in this series. I would say we just need to get one game here at home. It'd be nice to sweep them, but if we can get just one, I will be happy with that. So, first period. Alright, so they actually scored first this game. First time this series. Kronwall scores, and then Sam Bennett gets one back for the Blues. And in this game, they're out shooting us 13-7, so it seems like the away team is getting more shots this series, whatever that's about. Alright, second period. Okay, so they got 2 goals here, Pacioretty and Kessler. So their top 6 has decided to show up here in this game 3. Strome gets one back for us to bring it within, well, to tie it up, and then Kessler gave them the lead. So in this game, the Preds are out shooting us by 11. Matt Murray's not playing the best, 25 shots, 3 goals, but at the same time, you can't really blame him thus far because we're not getting enough pucks on net. We're not scoring enough to really blame Matt Murray for this performance, as we start off the third period with a Nashville power play that does not score. Alright, so we need to get some more shots, boys. Come on. Come on, we just need 1 goal. Just at least send this game to overtime, please. At least send it to overtime, or we can just completely lay down here in the third period and not put up a fight. Alright. Okay, so that happened. So there goes game 3. There goes the sweep, Pacioretty and Kessler with goals, and then Fleury was the second star. There goes the sweep. There goes game 3. We still have 1 game at home. We need to win this game, otherwise the Preds will have taken back home ice advantage, and we don't want to give that up. We do not want to give that up. Looking around the league, 3 of the away teams are dominating the series thus far. Ducks up 2-1, we're up 2-1, and the Panthers are up 3-0 on the Lightning. So the away teams and the lower seeds doing well in this round. Let's see if we can hold on to home ice advantage here with a game 4 in St. Louis. Alright, so another poor start. Rick Nash gets a goal for the Preds, and we are out shooting them by 3, but Fleury so far has been perfect. So let's see if we can look to change that in the second period. Yes, we can. However, the Preds are still up. So Turris gets a goal to take it to a 2-goal game. We come back with goals from Toffoli and Provorov, but then Rick Nash retakes the lead for the Preds with a late second period goal. We are out shooting them by 6, so this is a story of Fleury outplaying Murray so far in St. Louis. 26 shots, 2 goals for Fleury, 20 shots, 3 goals for Murray. So we need better play from Murray here in the third period, and we need to get a goal, preferably from anybody. It'd be nice to see Erik Karlsson show up, and Leon Draisaitl shows up. Right as I say that, he's like, you know what, man? Stop talking about Karlsson. I'm scoring. You're going to talk about me, as we let Kronwall score there. Holy shit. So, Erik Karlsson, please show up this series, bud. I said that you never don't show up, and then here you are not showing up. Fuck. Alright, so 39 shots and only 3 goals, so Fleury played pretty damn well that game, and then 27 shots, 4 goals for Matt Murray. Unfortunate that we outplayed them in anything except for the net, and then we still lost. So Rick Nash, 2 goals. Draisaitl, 2 points. Kronwall, a single game-winning goal. Were your 3 stars. And, shit, man. It'd be nice to get Erik Karlsson going. Get him scoring some goals or something. Just going to take a quick look at our stats. See if we can make any changes. It'd be nice to see Draisaitl get going, too. What have we played? 10 games. He's only got 7 points. Oh, my God. Henrik Sedin only has 1 point in this playoffs. Only has 1 goal, and he's a minus player. What the hell, Henrik? Oh, that fourth line's playing amazing. Holy shit. Henrik Sedin, man. What's going on, buddy? He's not in the power play. Why is he not in the power play? That's fucking weird. Henrik Sedin, what handedness are you? You're left-handed, so I could throw you in here instead of Vrbata, instead of Strome. I mean, the thing with Strome, he's got really good passing, he's got really good shooting, but he only has that 82 offensive awareness. So if he could get that up, he'd be much better. He'd be a much better option. So we could throw Henrik Sedin here. No, let's switch those guys. Yes, we're moving Ribeiro up to the top unit, Vrbata staying there. So we're switching Ribeiro and Strome, and then we're going to switch out Strome with Henrik Sedin. See if we can get some more points from our power play unit there. Not sure why he wasn't in the power play unit already. A little bit of an oversight by me, I guess, but whatever. Looking at our lines, we'll switch up Vanek and Ribeiro. I don't know why, other than the fact that I want to make some little bit of changes. And then we're going to stack our defensive lines here with putting Provorov and Carlson together, our best two defensemen. Provorov with only 2 points in this series. Carlson's up to 7 points. But Provorov's a 0, and then Carlson's only a +1. So hopefully, as playing together, they can get better 5-on-5 play. And then that's what the rest of the defensive lines look like. Okay, so now we're moving on to Game 5. We've lost home ice advantage. We need to win one in Nashville, either here or Game 7. And we have to also win at home as well, which is not a guarantee. So let's get right into it. The only away team that still has a lead after 4 games was the Panthers, up 3-1 over the Lightning. So let's see if we can follow in the Panthers' footsteps and take the lead as the lower seed. Can we do it? And we started off not so great, at least from Matt Murray's perspective. Eriksson and Pacioretty scored for the Preds, and they only had 6 shots. So Murray's given up 2 goals on 6 shots. Poor play here from him in Nashville. But we do have goals from Toffoli and Vanek, so they're moving up Vanek to the second line worked, I guess, as he scored here in Game 5. So let's see if Matt Murray can play a little bit better here in the second period, and he can. So 8 shots on goal for the Preds, and Matt Murray allowed 0, but we got goals from Carlson and Vrbata. So it's looking like well, at least the forward line change that we made and moving Vanek up to the second line, that worked out. And then moving Provorov up to the top line defensively, that worked out as Erik Karlsson got on the board. So let's see if we can continue this play into the third period, and we cannot. The first shot of the third period, oh my god, the Preds have a power play. Okay. The first shot of the third period, Simon from the fucking goal line scores on Matt Murray. So Matt Murray just need to play well here in the last 3 minutes. As we get a power play, that should seal the deal, and it does. Alright, I was kind of scared by saying that should seal the deal. Typically, that means that the Preds are going to score. So, after giving up that ridiculous goal, Matt Murray shuts the door for the rest of the game. And despite winning, we only get the 3rd star, as we did not have a multi-point guy. Vrbata with 1 goal, Pacioretty and Thornton with multi-point nights. So Pacioretty and Thornton are really giving us the business so far in this series, it seems like. They are scoring all over the place. So the Panthers won the series, Ducks are still up, and then the Devils are still up in the Eastern Conference. And the Wolves are tied 2-2 thus far. Okay. So let's get into this Game 6 in St. Louis. Let's win now, and then the series is over, boys. Win now. Let's clinch right here, right now, so we don't have to go back to Game 7 in Nashville. First period. All right, good start. Erik Karlsson gets 2 goals in the first period, and we're out shooting them 14-8. So good play there all around. Let's see if Karlsson can get a hat trick. Not yet. As Rick Nash and Jumbo Joe Thornton, who's just tearing us up, score for the Preds, and Iginla scores for us. We're up 1, out shooting them by 1. So a little bit better play from Matt Murray here in the third period, and we will be on our way to the Western Conference Finals. So let's see if we can hold them off the board. Either that or put some goals in the net, boys. See if Erik Karlsson can pick up his hat trick. Oh, fuck me. Ryan Kesler scores for the Preds to tie it up with 7 minutes left in the third period. And it looks like we are headed to Overtime. Alright, overtime here in Game 6. Potential clinching game for the Blues. Elimination game for the Preds. And we're going to watch it, boys. We are going to watch it. I just hope that it does not take too long. I need some water real quick before we get into this. Alright. No. We do not want that. Let's go to settings. And then select sides. We do not want to pick a side at all. Alright. So it'd be nice to see an Erik Karlsson snipe from the point this game. It'd be real nice to see that. Complete his hat trick in overtime in an elimination game. That would be pretty cool to see. But really, I'll take a goal from anybody. It does not matter who it is. I do not discriminate. We just want to win here. So Draisaitl taking the face off. A little tie up, and then Pacioretty comes in and takes it for the Preds. Tries to dump it in, fails, and that's a little bit of an offside there. Nope, didn't call it. They called delayed offside. Provorov picks up the dump in, up to Draisaitl, coming up the left boards. Cross ice pass with Toffoli, back to Draisaitl. You should have passed it back to Toffoli, you asshole. Holy shit, he was wide open with the give and go and give and go. As it went to Toffoli, or Draisaitl to Toffoli to Draisaitl, should have went back to Toffoli. As Matt Murray makes a nice little glove save there. Top 10 in points. We have Provorov and Forsberg. And the Preds have Jumbo Joe. We're getting absolutely destroyed in the face-off circle. Oh my god. Defensive zone face-off here. Another tie-up. Toffoli comes in and gets it. And that's offsides there for the Preds. So, neutral zone face-off here for Draisaitl. What can he do? Stick lift maybe? I don't know. He gets stick lifted. Holy shit. By Thornton. Thornton's in all alone. Oh, good hit there by Provorov to save the day. Provorov brings it up over to Draisaitl. Oh, little toe drag action from Draisaitl. Slapper gets blocked down though. Because we have Provorov in here on the forecheck. Thornton over to Simon up the right wing boards. Tries a little deke, loses the puck. Karlsson almost throws it in her own net. Up to Jagr, who brings it into the zone. Little deeky deeks, and then passes it to PK Subban. That's not what we want. Subban brings it in, a little deke on Provorov, who hits him and steals the puck. Provorov, he's in all alone. Provorov, skate, snipe. Yes! Provorov! And that's going to be the series, boys, as Ivan Provorov steals the puck from PK Subban, goes coast to coast, and snipes Marc-Andre Fleury. Holy shit. Good job, Provorov. As the Blues fans are going crazy, there's smoke all over the place. And the Predators are disappointed as they're hugging their goaltender saying, fuck you, buddy, you gotta save that. Hope you go to free agency, you asshole. So here's the handshakes, boys. Thomas Vanek there. Matt Murray and Fleury there talking about their times in Pittsburgh. Matt Murray's talking shit about how he's the better goaltender and that's why he won the cup in Pittsburgh and then won the cup in St. Louis. He's going to win another cup here this year in St. Louis while Fleury is signing up for his AARP card. Provorov here, a little snipe. Between the blocker and the pad, good shit from Provorov. And that's going to be it for this series, boys, as our top defensive pair carries us there in the elimination game 6. That was fun. That was fun. I'm glad we won. I feel like every time I do that, and then, like, the goals that we get, we work hard for, and they're like snipes or something, but the goals the other team gets is just like a terrible lapse in defense. But that's whatever. So we're advancing to the Western Conference Finals. Who will we be playing? And it will be the Anaheim Ducks. So we'll be traveling out to Anaheim, out to California for Game 1, as the Ducks have home ice advantage. But that's no biggie. And the Wolves are still tied 2-2 in their series with the Charlotte Checkers. Let's see how they do here in Game 5. They lost, so they were down 2-0, came back to tie it up 2-2. And the road team has won every single game of that series. Just like ours up until Game 6. So, good shit there from the Blues. We'll be advancing to the next round, where we will be facing the Anaheim Ducks. As always, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified when we put up new videos for this series and others. And if you haven't checked out the other series, go do that. I don't know why you're wasting your time still here. Go check those out right now. So that'll be it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.